Are you one of those people that measures calories as the way of watching your weight or the food that you consume? Well, I'm hoping to persuade you to consider that there's so much more than just looking at calories as a measurement. Now, where is this calorie control thing come from? Now, calories is actually a measurement of energy, and originally it was actually used in physics and not in nutrition. So physician Lulu Peters produced a book that went viral back in World War I, where she first introduced this idea of using this measurement of energy when it came to our food. Those were the days when people started to transition away from what is this pie, what is this cake, to how many calories. Oh gosh, it's so horrible. But this is the way that we've moved, and now so many of us are still in that mindset of looking at just the calories, the measurement of energy when we consume our food. So I want you to start thinking about this term, epicalorific control. And Shawn Stevenson, who's an amazing person you need to watch, he's great on nutrition, shares a lot about his term in his acronym, in the DEM. So Shawn Stevenson mentions this in his great new book. So thinking about in the DEM is a great way. I love his acronym because it really helps you to consider that there's so much more to calories. In, think about inflammation. If you've been experiencing bloating, gas, then you're already starting to notice that this affects the calories, right? Calories are completely affected by, is your body able to interpret it? Also neuroinflammation, the N. So we know that the brain and the gut are so deeply connected through the vagus nerve. They communicate directly to each other. So sometimes when we're eating foods, that information to the brain and vice versa is affected by neuroinflammation. There. Think about the type of foods. Yeah, it may have a certain amount of calories, but do you think that the calories in a bread are the same as the calories in an apple? Do you think that the calories in a processed chocolate bar are the same as the calories in broccoli? So we know that the type of food heavily affects it. Then we also, in the DEM, we also need to think of H and how it's been cooked, how it's been produced. So I have many friends that are on the raw food diet, especially in Bali. And how their food is produced that they love raw food, because they know that over 45 degrees, the nutrients in the food can be destroyed. So their cooking style is to avoid adding excess heat so they can retain all the nutrients from the food. We also know that steaming and boiling can be different to roasting and frying on the same foods, and the difference in those calories. So in the DEM, what about E? E is about the energy. So there's an energy exchange, there's an energy efficiency that, with different metabolism is going to be interpreted as very different for every single person. And then we look at D for digestion. So everybody's digestion is different. And depending on how well you have looked after your gut, maybe you have leaky gut, so small microscopic tears to the intestine, then you might be having real difficulties in digesting food. Not all of us are eating the foods and absorbing them in the same way. Some of us may be eating really great food, but because of our digestive issues, we're not absorbing those nutrients in our food. So digestion is key to those calories. And lastly, the M is for microbes. All over our body is covered in microbes, and a lot of those microbes are placed in the gut. And these microbes contain things like bacteria, which is one type of microbe. And bacteria, we know that we need a thriving, great ecosystem of good bacteria in our gut. But some of us, unfortunately, have been feeding the wrong bacteria, the bad bacteria, with sugar and processed foods. And that imbalance of the bad bacteria to the good bacteria, that is all affecting what we call our microbiome, which is all of those microbes that are in our gut, that are there wanting to be fed all the good stuff to help us to thrive, to give us full optimal health. So, in the DEM is a great way for you to consider that there is so much more to just the measurement of energy or the calories when you consume your food. Now, I know that you may already be on your health journey, and if you are like me and you've realized that health is your true wealth, then I want to be your accountability and support to help you on this health journey. So make sure you subscribe to this channel, and also leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear some of your challenges and also what you're experiencing around this topic. You might have a friend, family member, or even a colleague that needs support on their health journey. So feel free to share this video with them so you can also support them on their journey to health as well. Take care.